Hello and welcome to sports. To begin with the Champions League games coming up tonight. Let's begin by telling you that Chelsea are losing 1-0 at the moment to Dinamo. All right, of course, I've just been told that the game has ended. Dinamo Zagreb 1, Chelsea 0. And former champions Juventus will start their campaign with a heavy-duty clash against, of course, PSG, while English sides Manchester City will also be in action. We'll preview the games in the following report.
Europe's biggest football showpiece, the UEFA Champions League, returns on Tuesday, and the biggest fixture is the game between French giants Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus, as both sides clash at the Parc des Princes Stadium. The two European giants have not faced one another in a competitive match since Juventus ran out 9-2 aggregate winners in the 1996 UEFA Super Cup. Christophe Galtier succeeded Mauricio Pochettino in the dugout this summer and switched to a 3-5-2 formation during the early weeks of his tenure. Juventus, on the other hand, have won the European Cup on 2 occasions. Since losing in the final to Spanish giants Barcelona and Real Madrid in 2015 and 2017, the Turin-based side have not progressed beyond the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. We have to play like a team, even when we don't have the ball. We have to be aggressive. Everything depends on how we dominate the ball. It's going to be a very difficult game, very difficult. Because this kind of competition is hard. This is the Champions League, and we are going to be playing PSG.
45 giorni, 50 giorni all'inizio del mondiale.
AC Milan will travel to double with FC Salzburg. Celtic are at home to Real Madrid. Leipzig will welcome Shakhtar Donetsk. FC Copenhagen of Denmark is away to Borussia Dortmund. Sevilla will host Manchester City, while Maccabi Haifa visits Benfica of Portugal.
The Nigeria Women's Football League champions Bayelsa Queens are back in the country after their heroic performance in the WAFU B qualifying tournament for the CAF Women's Champions League held in Ghana. The team conquered the WAFU region, beating Ampendakawa Ladies of Ghana 3-0 in the WAFU B final. They will now feature in this year's CAF Women's Champions League that will be in Morocco. Last year, Rivers Angels featured in the maiden CAF Champions League, which was won by Mamelodi Sundowns Ladies.
It was not easy. We saw, but thank God we conquer. We prepared very well. We trained so hard because we don't know what we are going to face, where we are going to. So
our aim now, by God's grace, now that we have qualified, 2 things. We are looking at winning the Atio Cup back-to-back, and then focus on some international friendlies ahead of Morocco 2022.
We prepared very well. You know, if you are going for any tournament, the key thing is to prepare and give your best, and that's what we did. We went there and met a very high competition. All the teams were good. The only difference is that the reason why we won is that we are converting our chances, not because we are.
And away from that, now the Lagos State government will support the aspiration of Sheyi Akiwumi to be the president of Nigeria Football Federation. Akiwumi, who is the current first vice president of the outgoing executive committee of the Football Federation, is seeking to replace incumbent Amaju Pinnick, whose tenure ends that to be on the 20th of September.
Those of us in Lagos, we are proud that we are going to donate him to the national level so that we can continue that excellent work.
The Commissioner for Information and Strategy announcing Lagos State government support for Sheyi Akiwumi to run for the president of the Nigeria Football Federation. Akiwumi, who doubles as the chairman of the Lagos State Football Association and the first vice president of the outgoing board of the NFF, has declared his interest to run for the NFF top job. He has unveiled his agenda for the game tagged Football Fest in Abuja and in Lagos.
If you look here, you will see a pitch drawn on all the things we want to do. But they are all based on the 4 pillars. The strategy includes transparency, youth development, football ecosystem, entrepreneurship, state FAs for grassroots football to be funded, national team administration, girls and women football, technology, and league reform.
He will be competing against a strong field of more than 15 other competitors across the country. Another challenge for him is the vehement call for reforms of football governance in Nigeria, which at the declaration of the support of the state government and some football stakeholders, Akinwumi believes he could carry out after emerging as president.
The amendments to our statutes, the reform that is required, is bigger than expansion. For me, in fact, the expansion is the smallest issue. There's a lot more to do. We need to have inclusion, undoubtedly. We need to have a lot more expansive inclusion in our polity, in Nigerian football polity. And I've been part of the reform committee, don't forget. In my reform committee, we alluded to that. In the 10-year master plan, we alluded to it as well. So I'm for it. There's no doubt about it.
The election into the NFF Executive Committee holds on the 30th of September in Benin City, 10 days after the expiration of the tenure of the current board led by Amaju Pinnick. Solomon Ajiziogo, TVC News.
And there will be a first-time winner of the US Open this year after American 22nd seed Francis Tiafoe eliminated 23-time Grand Slam winner Rafael Nadal in the 4th round in New York City. Tiafoe thrilled his home crowd with 3 sets to win a 2-1 victory to end Nadal's push for the 24th Grand Slam singles title at Flushing Meadows. The American took the March 6-4, 4-6, 6-4 and 6-3 to end the Spaniard's run for a 5th US Open title. Nadal's game appeared to collapse after leading the 4th set 3-1. Before Tiafoe fought back to win the games in a row to secure a quarter-final spot. And Tiafoe will next face a Russian 9th seed Andrei Rublev. That will be in the quarterfinals.
All the credit to him, without a doubt. That's the truth. He did a lot of things well. We went to the 4th round of the US Open and I faced a player that was better than me. And that's why I am having a plan back home.
You see all these young guys, get Rafa and Fed and Novak. I was like, am I ever going to be able to, say I beat one of them? And so, today I was like, nah, I'm going to do that. And so now it's something to tell the kids, the grandkids, yeah, I beat Rafa. Hopefully I never play him again, but yeah, I just hope I end with a win.
All right, well, that's sports this hour. I'll see you again later.